This is Paul Singh, the Market Speculator, with the trade report for Thursday, August 3rd, 2017. Let's get started with yesterday's entries. I wasn't expecting to take two entries yesterday, especially was not expecting to take LABU to the long side, but that's the opportunity that presented itself. If you remember pre-market, we were actually talking about shorting biotech. It'd been getting negative here. We had the failed breakout here when it tried to break recent highs and failed. And we were having its negative volume pattern here. So I was expecting some consolidation and then a break, and we could enter to the downside. But what happened yesterday, it looked like it was starting to break this key level. And if we look at XBI, we can see that's the underlying for this LABU triple leveraged. And you can see it was testing the 50 and then bounced very strong. And that was our cue towards the end of the day. And you know, we'll see what happens, but for the most part in this uptrend that biotech has been in from 20 all the way to 75 on LABU, so we're looking at 200% gains. Whenever it pulls back hard and puts these hammers or bullish engulfing or piercing patterns, you can see all of these guys here, right here. The last one was in June. Now we've got another significant one here. When that happens, it's often the start of a big move. So took that shot here towards the end of the day. We're using that stop towards the bottom of the intraday range, 3 to 4 points, and then just getting back to the top of the range at 75 is about 12 points. So we're looking at, I think I put the target a little lower to make it 2.5 or 3 to 1, but we're talking 4 to 1 at that point. And if we actually were to play through a break, we've even got better reward to risk. So really nice setup here, really good reward to risk. And part of being a trader is being a good risk manager, and we've got all that here. So LABU, really nice. And then Facebook here, also classic breakout pullback off earnings. So we had the big breakout on earnings. Wasn't thrilled with the close here, would have liked it to be a little stronger, but has pulled back, tested the 9 and did not break below the level on the close, put in a hammer. Doesn't matter if it's green or red. If it just ticked a few cents higher, it would have been green. So that doesn't matter. It's the fact that it's coming off the close. And this morning's set to open flat, but we'll see if we continue here. Again, good risk reward. If it gets to the top of the range, around 175, we get our 2.5 to 1. So real easy trade, whether it works or not. You just focus on the process, the setup, and that was there. A little bit of concern about the market overall, and that could impact these positions, but the setups were there. We still have FSLR held. Now, I got a lot of questions about this one because we were testing the 9 here. Our entry was in the upper 48s or 49. I don't remember where. Pulled back to about 47. I got a lot of questions about me staying in it. And you guys know, I've said this a number of times, our stop is about 3 points to the gap fill. So this back and forth doesn't matter to us. So it's really insignificant. We're happy that it made a hammer and maybe continues off that. And then same thing with Netflix. And again, I got questions. We've talked about the stop being 174, 175, playing to the bottom of the range. So we entered it about 184. We're at 180 now. But we've still got room for any stops here. And hopefully get to the top of the range. And remember, we're going for the bigger win here, which would be round number 200. So we're going to play through the break of the top of the range. And then we've got the hedge with SQQQ. And let's actually analyze the Qs. Essentially, we're shorting the Nasdaq, which helps balance all of these longs. And these longs are, big tech related, and even FSLR, it kind of sometimes moves like tech, even though it's in the commodity space. But looked like it was breaking down. We still have that failed breakout pattern, ugly volume pattern. If this, we'll hold this here to the top of the range. If we get stopped out, we get stopped out. That's actually a good thing because that means our other positions are probably working. So I almost want this one to fail because that means 4 of our other positions are probably going to be winning. But if this thing starts to pull back in and we can take a profit in here, we've got loose enough stops on some of these that we could actually win on this trade and potentially still be able to hold some of these longs if it reverses at some point. But regardless, specific to the setup, we're still in play, stops up here, and we're going to look for the move to the downside. Still looking a little weak here with the Qs, and we use the leveraged ETF. So that wraps up the current positions. Let's take a look at the other indexes. SPY here holding up much better than the Qs are, and up 9, almost at the breakout level, and IWM has been lagging, and still another 1% down red, even though SPY was green today. So we'll keep an eye out on that. Current positions we went over, focus list. And first I'm going to add the stocks that made our breakout list yesterday. ILMN, Apple. I considered ILMN yesterday on the day of breakout, decided to wait. Apple, by the way, ILMN guys, if you're day traders and it's going to open red, there's potential red to green there. That will definitely be high on my list. We had Apple on the breakout. Now let's talk about Apple here for a second. Watch for a close below 155. If we get that, that's going to be a failed high breakout. So we're going to keep an eye on that, but overall still looking pretty strong. LL breakout 2 days ago, continuing here, and we'll watch to see if it consolidates and breaks again, or does it run and we get a short out of it. So one of those two post-earnings setups there, shop consolidating after the breakout, looking a little weak here. I'm throwing in this IPO, so it's only the fourth day, has had a lot of volume coming in. It's traded above 3 million shares every day, has ran from 20 to 30 and popping again this morning. This has been great for day trades, but for a swing, what I would watch for is the development of a consolidation and a break in either direction. And then we're also adding GGNX. No, that's the wrong ticker. I'll have to get back to you on that ticker. We're as a breakdown, we're adding race, which actually I didn't look at this the end of the day. I was looking in the morning when it was breaking down, but it looks like it recovered and that is actually very strong now. So flipping this one, this goes to our strong focus list here. And we know we haven't traded race yet, but we've been watching it since this breakout here and the high breakout here. So we'll look for another setup in race. It is not on the breakdowns list. And then lows, I'm still watching. This was on the breakdowns list and has completely invalidated. I'm just looking for a good entry here on low. So low is very high on the list. And then we've got UWT. Oil has been flying. We'll look for a high break here. Energy also flying. Same pattern, high break. GWPH had some volume coming in. I'll look for a break of the key moving average there. FANG stocks, we're in 2 of them, and then we're just looking for the reversals in Amazon and Google. They have not given us that yet. FCX, I like a lot. We're going to wait for either a hold of the 9 or a break of the highs. Pets, post-earnings breakout. We need a break of the highs. Sohu, another post-earnings breakout. It's consolidating right now, nothing to do with it. And then McDonald's filled the gap here post-breakout and looks strong here, ready to move. So that's what we're watching. I don't know if I'm going to add anything. I think I'm content with 5 positions right now. And I'm probably a little more aggressive than I even want to be. So a lot to watch. If you're looking for an entry, a bunch of stocks setting up. And then remember today too, guys, Tesla is breaking out on earnings, and our focus list solar along with FSLR, SEDG, gapping huge. Maybe that can impact our FSLR also. So that's it for the trade report today. I will see you guys either later today or early tomorrow.